Welcome to art class with Carron Little. In today's class we're going to be looking at how to create a painting composition. Now, what do I mean by composition? Now, if we think about what it means to compose a piece of music, what do you think a composition might mean in relation to art? Now let's think about that a minute. Well, you're quite right. To create a composition means to compose a picture. One can't think about colour without thinking about meaning. Whether we're talking about race, politics, emotions and mood, it all is communicated through colour. Thinking about what you want to communicate, fold a sheet of paper into 6 squares. So you'll need a piece of paper and a pencil. Each square you're going to imagine is your painting composition. Looking at the visual resources on the blog, artclassfundamentals.tumblr.com. So I was looking at Hilma af Klint's work, and I'm talking about the spiral. So I'm just going to, and we also talked about symmetry. And then I really loved how Sonia Delaunay had those wonderful circles. So really thinking about abstract design. So just thinking about shapes and how they intersect. So I'm just going to do 3 circles here, and I'm going to think about the interior circles. I also love the way in which Hilma af Klint has triangles within her circles, so I'm going to add a few of those just to add extra dynamism to the work. And I'm going to break that in half and then see what happens when I bring that line over here, and then I'm going to take that line over there. So do you see how very quickly I'm starting to get a really dynamic composition where I can explore tone gradation and color mixing. And I'm going to change the depth of the lines, so that also creates movement in the composition. Now, once you've got your 6 compositional ideas, you're ready to start painting. Now, I've decided that this is the most successful composition out of these 6 ideas. So I'm going to choose this idea to expand into my paper. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze out a very light color. Okay, so I have some light yellow on my palette here. And I'm just going to use quite a lot of water so it gets lighter when I paint. So I can just paint over it. That's the trick, to get a nice watery tone to work with, so it'll easily disappear. I've been looking at the artist Albrecht Dürer, who was working in the 15th century. And in this exercise that I found in one of his sketchbooks, he used the shape of the S and some lines, and through doing this exercise, students could learn that they could heighten their perception of thinking. When you are making art, when you are drawing, when you are painting, when you are thinking and making, you're actually increasing your skills, your attention skills. So I'm taking this form that Albrecht Dürer used in his sketchbooks, this S, and I'm just lightly painting it on this sheet of paper here. So I've got these two circular forms, and I really loved how Hilma af Klint had these circles with these triangle forms inside. So I'm going to take the circle and the shape of the triangle to just create a greater dynamic form inside that circle. And then I really loved how Günther Stoll had these lines, and I want to experiment with tone gradation, so I'm going to make these lines wider, and then I'm going to change color here. So I'm going to start with a finer line and again make the width of the lines wider as they move out. And then in this circle here, I have 4 separate pieces of my pie or my pizza, and so that gives me 3 segments, 3 pieces of pizza for my primary colors, red, blue and yellow. And then I'm going to do grey, white to black in the 4th segment. So now I'm ready to start painting, and painting is a process of layers. We talk about the background first, then the foreground, and then details. So I'll talk more about that tomorrow, but today we were just mapping it out on our paper, so we're ready to start painting. I'm going to talk about artistic research because that's what we've been doing this week. And then I'm going to walk you through the process of completing your final composition for this short course in colour theory. Please share your examples. I'm really excited to see your painting experiments and your final compositions. So you can email me those at artclasslittle@gmail.com, and you can find the email address on the blog spot at artclassfundamentals.tumblr.com. I want to thank you so much for joining me again today. This was Carron Little speaking about painting composition. Okay, so thank you so much.